So here we are with the next Second Sight limited edition 4K and Blu-ray set. This gives you all the extras on the back here as standard. This is a beautiful design. I like this one a lot with the werewolf and the kind of bloody figures here, which leads into claws at the side. It's a wraparound design with the kind of house that's the feature point of the last 2/3 of the movie. It's a hardback box as usual. This time we'll take away some of these things just now. Look at the case. It's a digipack again, fold out, but again the design follows the main one, and it is another stunner. If you look inside, we've got the 2 discs, we've got the 4K UHD, and we've got the Blu-ray here. Next up we have Dog Soldier Field Notes, a 108-page booklet. So there's a list of some of the essays that are inside. We'll have a quick flick through and look at some of the images inside here. Some fun images, plenty of information here, plenty of behind the scenes stuff, and acknowledgement and production credits for the booklet. As always, we have art cards. Some of the key scenes of the movie and some of the wonderful artwork that's inside as well. So limited edition has the art cards, the book, and of course the movies. Again, another fantastic package. New from Second Sight comes their 4K UHD of Dog Soldiers, which is just newly released now. This is Neil Marshall's debut movie, and it's such a fun movie. It's primarily just a genre flick with a lot of humour, its tongue firmly in its cheek, and the action and gore front and foremost of this spectacular tale. Set in the idyllic Highlands of Scotland, we get to follow a group of soldiers running a test, a war campaign. They're kind of dumped in there, they've got an objective to accomplish, but unbeknownst to them, there is a specialist team there running a covert operation, and a bunch of werewolves that are going to hunt them down in bloody fashion and just cause utter mayhem.
Exactly what is it we're fighting against?
Megan, you want to run it past the boys?
Lycanthropes.
You what?
That's werewolves to you and me.
It's incredibly fun, which I love about this one. And like I said, its tongue is firmly in its cheek. It's really got this rich vein of dark humour that runs all the way through the film. Whenever there is a moment where it feels as if it's getting a little bit too serious, one of the characters will say something ridiculously funny, outlandish, out there, which is just so enjoyable and laugh out loud funny.
I hope I give you the shits.
And then it can hit you with some blood and gore as a character is decimated out of nowhere in the most ridiculously bloody fashion. This movie is all about the last 2/3 of it, as we watch our characters hold up in a farmhouse waiting on the werewolves who are trying to get in, trying to defend themselves with limited ammunition, limited information, but amped up on adrenaline, just looking to kick back at the werewolf that are trying to get in. It's incredibly simple. But sometimes within the simplicity of storylines like this, you find something that is genuinely just highly entertaining.
Well then, Bruce, what scares you?
The self-destructive nature of the human condition.
Just taking the piss now.
What do you think, sir?
And I like the fact that the script has silly moments, tropey moments, beats that you can see coming, but they're welcome. They're fun moments where you want to see a character get a great finishing line before they are torn asunder. Where you get to see our hero, Cooper, played by Kevin McKidd, who really takes on the mantle of the hero here, as a character that has a little storyline and a little gripe against the specialist team commander, have his rising moment and achieve to be the person that he wants to be. Sean Pertwee is great as the Sarge who's kind of injured early on and unable to fully fight with his men, but watches Cooper become the leader he knows that he can become.
My guns are out, Coop!
Well, we'll just put them back in again.
They're not gonna fucking fit!
Of course they'll fit, man!
And amongst the sort of little group of people we've got here, we've got the inclusion of Megan, a woman who's up there studying nature when all this breaks out, and she's kind of helping these guys defend themselves against the werewolves. Now, the werewolves themselves are really fantastic designs, and at the start of the movie, they're limited in what you see of them. They kind of put them to the shadows, glimpses as they kind of run by the screen. And it feels like a kind of low budget effort because you're not really seeing much, but they've got some great creature designs here, and in the final third you really start to see these animals in all their glory, all the practical effects glory, and they are really interesting to look at. They're a real oddball design, but fitting with the kind of idea of what a werewolf is. Now, the blood and the guts in this one, they just go for it. There is lots of it. You see people eviscerated sometimes on camera, sometimes just the aftermath, and it is gory, it is bloody, it is almost comedic with the amount of leftovers that are remaining of the victims in this one. But Dog Soldiers as a movie is incredibly fun. It's a quick-paced, almost exploitation horror movie, which is sometimes just the kind of thing you want. The kind of movie that you can sit down, watch yourself and get a great deal of enjoyment, sit down with a bunch of friends and just laugh out loud, chit-chat through it and have a great time watching this movie. And of course, as usual, Second Sight have done an amazing package. You've already seen me unbox it. We're going to talk about the extras in a little minute, but the transfer was truly spectacular. Every time I've watched this, it's always been a little bit dark, around about the sort of final third. Hard to see some things that are going on. This time, crystal clear. I really enjoyed being able to fully see the movie for the first time. Let's dive in and see what the extras have in store. So here we are in the disc for Dog Soldiers. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have an archival commentary by director Neil Marshall. We have a second archival commentary by producers David E. Allen and Brian O'Toole. Next up, we have a new audio commentary by writer and associate professor of film Alison Perez. Next up, we have Werewolves, Crawlers, Cannibals and More, an interview with Neil Marshall. Now this is 38 minutes 18. Fantastic, he is great. Talks about getting the production for Dog Soldiers set up and then goes through the rest of his filmography, and it's fantastic, and he is brutal. Being brutally honest, that is, and I think it's refreshing and really interesting. Next up, we've got a history of lycanthropy with author Gavin Badelli on Werewolf Cinema. This is 33 minutes 22 seconds. He's basically talking about werewolf cinema and how it evolved, some of the key movies within that, and where Dog Soldiers lies on that scape. Next up, we have Werewolves, Folklore and Cinema, a video essay by author Michael J. Coven. And this is, like it says, where werewolves have evolved from, the folklore of that, and how they evolved into cinema. It's quite a good essay. I don't want to go too much into it because I feel it should be checked out. Next up, we have Werewolves versus Soldiers, the making of Dog Soldiers with Neil Marshall. It's got the producers, it's got actors Sean Pertwee, Kevin McKidd, Darren Morfitt, Leslie Simpson and Emma Cleesby, special effects artist as well. It is 1 hour, 1 minute, and it is an exemplary making of. Next we have A Cottage in the Woods, an interview with production designer Simon Bowles. This is 13 minutes 26 seconds. He's got a little mock-up of this farmhouse and talks about how he created it, which is really kind of fascinating. Next we have Combat, a short film by Neil Marshall, 7 minutes 54. It's quite a good short film, well worth checking out, and only 8 minutes, it's an easy watch. Next up we have Trailers, which is 4 minutes 25 seconds. We've got the photo gallery, We have the gag reel and deleted scenes, and we have that with commentary by Neil Marshall. And that's the extras for Dog Soldiers. So there we have it. Second Sight Films, the 4K UHD of Dog Soldiers. Highly recommended. From a fantastic transfer to a wealth of wonderful extras, this is the package that you kind of dream for as a genre horror fan. I can't rate it highly enough. In fact, I really want to get The Descent next, and I would even chase on Second Sight for Doomsday. I particularly love it. What can I say? I'm a sucker for these kind of movies. Neil Marshall was pretty great around about this time as well. So I'd love to know your thoughts on Dog Soldiers. Have you seen the movie? Have you bought this package? Are you going to? Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on it. Can't wait to read your comments. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you want, of course. And down below this video is the like button. Hit the like, I appreciate that. And in the description box are links to the Patreon and the membership program where you can join this channel and really help out. Thanks for watching. See you next time on ManVFilm.